Hello everybody, Dastraction Wolf here, and I'm back for game number deuce. Golden Axe. Remember those guys? Remember them from Altered Beast? I told you they'd see them again. This is a demo reel. As we get ready to play this other launch title. There's actually several, I think 8 or 9 launch titles. Look at that. This is my favorite part. This is why I left it here. This is the main reason, is I love these little graphics they show. They don't last very long, but they're admittedly more interesting than the Altered Beast cutscene that I had you guys wait for. I want to wait until they go through all of them. They do one for each character, and it's kind of neat. It'll be interesting to see what I think of this. I am generally not a Golden Axe fan. There are many people who think that Golden Axe should have been the pack-in for the Sega Genesis in North America in 1989. While I see their logic, it's a much more obvious choice in many ways. I am just not a fan of this game, and I love beat-em-ups. I absolutely, some people call this a hack and slash, whatever, it's a beat-em-up. There's just a few things about this one that kind of rub me the wrong way, and it makes it more disappointing because it's a genre I love so much. I should have really enjoyed it, and I didn't. This is also the first game I remember seeing where the easy mode doesn't let you finish the game. Yes, I'm gonna max out the life meter on this one. I don't feel like practicing. I don't feel like dying a whole lot. The goal for this game is I'm gonna try to beat the game with every character. There's only 3 playable characters, as you saw. And I'm gonna start with Gilius Thunderhead because I think he's the best. The way this works is it's kind of a strength to balance to magic ratio, like a lot of fantasy games have. I think Gilius is the best for 1-player modes. I can't remember her name. Tyrus something, I think. Tyrus? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. The bikini chick, she's great for 2-player games because of her magic. This guy, X-Battler, he's the figurehead of the whole game, and he's freaking useless in my opinion. Death Adder invaded the castle and has taken the king and princess prisoners. My good friend Alex was also killed in the battle. To defeat them is a must. And bringing peace to the land is my duty. I always love that they talk about Alex being killed in the battle. They always mention somebody important to them that died, and then also Alex. Like, no one's ever seen Alex. Like, what about Alex? So, it looks like a pretty cool little beat-em-up, especially for just coming out. This is 1989. It's like the first Genesis game we see. It's, people have played this in the arcades for a while. It looks like a fun game. But then we see some of the problems with it. For me, at least, pretty quickly in. You see, it's good to have lots of cool little super moves and things you can do in a beat-em-up. That's what makes it interesting, is to have some variety in the combat, so it's not all button mashing. But the problem with Golden Axe is that I find basically 2 moves that you have to do constantly, and neither one of them is very fun. The first is this jumping attack, and the second is this kind of bum rush move, that. To do that, you have to tap the directional button twice, and then press the attack button, and it's kind of a pain. It wouldn't be so bad if you only did it every once in a while, but there are sections of this game where you do it 50 plus times. It gets very old very quickly. As you can see, there's these little elf things that come out, and I collect these blue bottles from them. That's my magic, which is filling up there at the top, and some of the boss fights I'll show you the magic spells. Every character has different, kind of a different element. I think mine is Earth. I know one of them's Earth, one's Fire, and one's Lightning. Actually, I think I have Lightning. I guess that would make sense since my name's Thunderhead. It hasn't been too long since I've played this, but it's been a minute. here's the boss. I want to try to take out his little goons before, damn it. See, and... I assume there's people that can get really good at this game, and they don't have to worry about this kind of crap. I'm not one of them. I've heard all sorts of little tricks and things, but it's nothing I was ever able to do. Here's a magic spell. He has the weakest magic in the game, so I'm not really surprised I didn't finish them off. It's kind of the first example of what I'm talking about, where I'm constantly having to do that bum rush shoulder check move. Again, like Altered Beast, far from a bad game. I think I prefer Altered Beast. For one thing, at least with Altered Beast, you can kind of just keep going, and score doesn't really matter in this game. Once it's over, it's over. And so there not being all that much to appreciate about it. Our sworn enemy, Death Adder, is in his castle. We'll take a shortcut through the Turtle Village. Not like they give me a lot of options. It's just that there's not that much to appreciate about Golden Axe, in my opinion. So when it's over, it's over. You know, what's the point of mastery? I mean, if I can beat this game with all three characters, what else is there to do? I could do the duel, I could play on 2 players, but there's not really, you know... And that's okay, it's just that if you're gonna have a game like that, obviously you want to have a single-player campaign that's enjoyable. And this one would be a lot better if the combat was just a little more balanced. I almost never use my most basic attack, despite the fact that I actually think the animations on it look pretty cool. Because it's not just a regular swipe. I'll see if you can do it here. Damn it, see? And that's what I mean. I want to do it, but every time I end up getting hit from behind. But I like how they, you know, hit people upside the head with the back of their weapon and stuff like that. That kind of stuff is pretty cool. But yeah, so I guess the plot has been explained to you at this point. Death Adder has taken over this kingdom, and I'm trying to rescue the queen and the king and avenge my fallen family and Alex, who we never got to meet. Ah, come on. And, as you can see, a major feature of this game that's supposed to be kind of its ace in the hole is the animals you can ride. Unfortunately, half the time, they actually hurt you more than they help you. They're usually very powerful, but they're not very accurate. And they're kind of slow and clumsy. Comes another boss round with the Amazon women. I will admit that I used to think this game was kind of ugly, and I guess in a way it still is, but I kind of like that it has this like Conan the Barbarian feel to it, or it's like it's fantasy, but it's very, very cheesy fantasy. I've come to kind of appreciate games like that actually in general. There's quite a few of those on the Genesis. There's one in particular. There's an RPG in particular that kind of has that feel to it, and I'm excited to show you guys that one on down the line, because it's not a popular one at all. Unless you really are a Genesis person and you're watching these, you have not guessed. Trust me.